Venus, known as V, is a high school student who lives on Staten Island. She's checking out stuff online when she gets a notification from her crush, JP, who tagged her in a photo she took. Then, her friend Sydney sends her a message on Skype. Sydney talks about a game called Nerve that's starting soon and lasts for 24 hours. In the game, there are watchers and players. Players get dared to do things for money, and watchers pay to see it all. Sydney is playing and wants V to join, but V says no. V wants to leave for college, but she's worried about leaving her mom, Nancy, all alone. They've both been struggling since V's brother passed away years ago. At school, V is taking pictures for the yearbook, mostly of JP. She hangs out with her friends Tommy, Liv, and Wes at a pep rally. Sid asks Liv to use her phone to record her dare. Liv joins the cheerleaders and moons the whole school. Dare done. Later, the group goes out to eat. Sid keeps pushing V to join Nerve because V usually avoids risks. They spot JP hanging out with his friends. Sid decides to talk to JP on V's behalf. She asks him if he'd like to go out with V, but JP says V isn't his type. Feeling upset, V leaves and heads home. She logs onto Nerve and learns the rules. Dares must be recorded on the players' phones, and if they back out or fail, they lose their money. Also, nobody can snitch on Nerve, or there will be serious consequences. Despite this, V decides to become a player. Right away, Nerve starts collecting all of V's personal information. V calls Tommy to take her to a diner for her first dare. She has to kiss a stranger for 5 seconds to earn $100. Time is running out as she struggles to choose someone. Then, she sees a guy named Ian who's reading her favorite book, To the Lighthouse, by Virginia Woolf. V kisses him while Tommy records it. Dare done. V walks over to Tommy, who's more annoyed than anything. He secretly likes V. When she looks back, Ian has disappeared. Suddenly, Ian is seen all over the diner, singing and performing as part of his dare. He comes to V's table, and she's dared to go to the city with him for $200. Although hesitant at first, V hops on Ian's motorcycle, leaving Tommy behind. V and Ian reach the city and split up. Then V gets a new dare, to try on a fancy dress. She does, and while she's in the store, she sees Ian trying on a suit. When they return to their dressing rooms, they realize all their stuff is gone. Their next dare is to leave the store, so they strip down to their underwear and exit. Lots of people record them as they go. They find their clothes on Ian's motorcycle, left for them to keep. Their phones buzz with the next dare. Tommy stays at the diner and decides to keep an eye on what V is up to. He contacts his hacker friend Azza and asks for a ticket to Aruba. Azza thinks it's risky, but she sends him a code to access a website called Aruba. Tommy finds old videos of Ian playing Nerve a year ago. He sees Ian stealing a motorcycle and hanging from a crane with 2 other guys. Meanwhile, Sid is roaming the city with Liv and Wes, completing her dares and gaining more followers. She's not happy when she finds out that V is catching up to her in terms of watchers. V and Ian head to a tattoo parlor where Ian designs a special tattoo for V, a lighthouse, a tribute to her favorite book. Later, Nancy notices money coming into their joint account and calls Tommy to ask about it. Tommy, unable to spill the beans, fibs and says V got a job and is having money sent to her account. V and Ian enjoy a ride on a carousel while Sid and her friends watch from a house party. V, feeling pressured by Sid, talks about joining Nerve to get her off her back. She mentions how Sid always makes her seem insecure when really it's Sid who has the issues, and how Sid often has guys over when her parents aren't around. Hurt by V's words, Sid seeks out a new dare. She meets Ty at the party, who suggests they team up, but Sid declines. Ian then suggests he and V go to the party. Sid gets really drunk and is dared to walk across a ladder between 2 apartments, which terrifies her because she's afraid of heights. Halfway through, she slips and drops her phone, deciding to quit Nerve. Meanwhile, V and Ian arrive at the party where Sid confronts V about what she said, leading to a big fight and leaving Sid embarrassed. Determined to make amends, V decides to complete Sid's dare and crosses the ladder almost effortlessly. Furious, V decides to call the police. Ian tries to stop her, but she doesn't listen. When V approaches a cop and tells him about Nerve, he ignores her. Then, Nancy calls V to say all the money in their account has been taken. Feeling isolated, V encounters Ty, who insists he needs to win the game, and he knocks her unconscious. V wakes up in a freight container with "Snitches Get Stitches" painted on the walls. A TV switches on, and a computer voice tells her that because she snitched, Nerve now controls her life, family, and future. The only way out is to win the game. She escapes the container and is instructed to board the ferry. There, she meets Ian, who explains that like him, she's now trapped in the game. A year earlier, Ian, Ty, and another guy named Robbie were dared to hang from a crane. Robbie fell to his death, and when Ian and Ty went to the cops, Nerve ruined their lives, taking away Ian's money and his father's job. Ian plans to do a dare that puts him ahead of Ty so he and V can reach the finals. V reunites with Tommy and Sid, patching things up with both of them. Together, they reach out to some key contacts as part of their plan. Meanwhile, Ian takes on a dare requiring him to hang from a crane with one hand for 5 seconds. He pulls it off and moves on to the final round. Meanwhile, V navigates through the city and is tasked with picking up a package, only to discover it contains a loaded gun. V and Ian arrive at an arena with over 100 watchers for the final round. Tommy and Sid meet up with Ozza to hack into Nerve's server, and Nancy joins them to watch. The final dare is for V and Ian to shoot each other. Ian urges V to shoot him so she can win, but she refuses. Ty intervenes, offering to shoot one of them, with the watchers cheering him on. V decides to take the shot herself instead of Ian. As everyone records, she calls out the audience for their desire to see someone die for entertainment. Nerve then puts V's fate to a vote, with the majority voting for her to be shot. Ty fires the gun, and V falls into Ian's arms. Suddenly, all the watchers' identities are revealed, along with a message calling them accessories to murder and giving them the option to log out. Everyone does, allowing Ozza to crash Nerve's server and shut it down. V then reveals she's alive and had planned the whole thing with Ty, who fired a blank. With Nerve shut down, everything returns to normal, and Ozza ensures that V and Nancy get their money back. V and Ian, who reveals his real name is Sam, choose to start a relationship. They share a kiss as the sun rises, marking the beginning of a new day.